Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing? I'm good. Yeah, definitely good. Thanks, man. So wait, what? Nintendo's coming out with a new 3DS XL? Didn't they just come out with a 3DS a little over a year ago anyway? So what's the major difference between this one and the original 3DS? It's 90% larger. Huh. I don't know. I don't know if I'll get one or not. Maybe. Maybe. A 3DS is a cool system. But I don't know if it's worth it. Okay. Well, thanks for the call, man. Thanks for the update. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. Okay. All right. Take care. Bye.
Huh. I wonder what it'd be like if other things were 90% larger.
Holy sh**! Hey guys, what's going on? This is John with Gamester81.com, and in this episode, I'll be reviewing the brand new Nintendo 3DS XL. This recently came out and retails for $200 US. The other 3DS currently retails for $169, roughly $170 US. So the ultimate question is it worth the extra $30 to upgrade to the XL, especially if you already have the original 3DS? So I will try to do my best to do an unbiased review as possible over this console, over this handheld. Let's take a closer look. So here's the box. This comes in two current colors. It comes in this blue, and it comes in a red as well version. On the front here, top left corner, has this thing that says 90% larger screen. It's for ages 7 plus, 3D mode anyway. I guess people who are under 7, it's not good for them. Here is the back. Obviously, again, it advertises 90% larger screen. It's in 3 different languages. You have Spanish, French, and of course English at the very top. It's Wi-Fi compatible, which is always a nice thing. And it compares the two sizes of the 3DS models. Let's open this up and see what's inside. Well, you get an AC adapter, which is the same AC adapter that you'd get with the original 3DS. Also, this will work with the normal DS models as well. It's a universal AC adapter, always handy. Of course, you need that. There are no headphones included, unfortunately, but you do get instruction manual, written probably in 3 different languages as well, because it's pretty thick. And look, sure enough, it is in 3 different languages. Also get this Nintendo Club membership opportunity. You can put in your PIN number and sign up for a membership. Quick start guide kind of shows you how to get started, also in 3 different packets, 3 different languages. And you get these really cool AR cards, which I'll explain what these are a little bit later and how these work later on in the video. You have this cube here with a question mark, Mario, Zelda, or I'm sorry, that's Link, Kirby, and Pikmin. Okay, so Pikmin characters. Here's the handheld itself. It's actually pretty heavy. It's 11.9 ounces or 336 grams. So it's heavier than obviously than the first 3DS. It's actually slightly heavier than the first DS XL. As far as size goes compared to the DS XL, I don't own a DS XL, so I can't really show you a side-by-side comparison, unfortunately, at this point. But I can tell you this is a little bit narrower as far as width goes, but lengthwise, top down, it's actually a little bit taller than the DS XL. And significantly bigger than the original 3DS, and as I mentioned before, about 90% bigger. Open this up, you have a 4.88 inch screen or 124 millimeter screen. The touch screen is actually a lot bigger as well. The buttons themselves are actually about the same size as the original 3DS. You have the same buttons below: start, your home, your select. This is your power button right here. Notice it doesn't come with a second analog stick, which I think is a huge downfall. Nintendo released the Circle Pro Pad for the original 3DS, and they're going to be releasing the second one for this handheld right here. So it will even make this thing even bigger than it is now. So I find it ironic that Nintendo back in the day, they always shrunk their systems down. So the Game Boy always got smaller. Now they always started to get bigger. It's kind of weird. But these are the indicating lights for charging and when it's on. The SD card slot is actually moved over on this side. It comes with a 4 gig SD card. You can actually you can swap those out. The original 3DS comes with a 2 gig, so it comes with a big more memory. So that's, as far as that's concerned. Wi-Fi slot right here. You can turn on and off Wi-Fi. This is your indicator for 3D and how powerful you want your 3D. Here is your volume control. The volume is not very loud in this handheld. I'll demonstrate that here in a second. You'll see for yourself. Your directional pad, of course. Let's do a side-by-side comparison to the first 3DS. Here is a comparison on the 3DS XL compared to the original 3DS. According to Nintendo, it's 90% bigger, as you can see here. There are some subtle differences, though, between the layout of each system as well. First thing I notice is these buttons right here, the start, home, and select. These buttons on the XL, they've definitely improved. They're separated now. They're easier to push. Whereas the first model, they're kind of a membrane thing. I always found it kind of weird to push these. They fixed that problem with the XL. Also, the stylus on the XL is on the right here. It doesn't expand out. Where on the first 3DS, the stylus is actually on the very top here. And notice that the pin actually extends out. So as far as length goes, it's not a big deal because the stylus on the XL is longer, so that's not a big deal. The card slots, they go in the same spot as before, at the very top. They are both compatible with the original DS games. They aren't compatible with any Game Boy Advance games or anything like that, of course. But let's see what else is different here. The SD card slot, as I mentioned before, is located in different areas. It's located out here on the right. On the XL, on the left, it's located on the left here on the XL. And the screen obviously is a lot different too. I mean, just the big size screen is nice to have. Battery life is a big difference. On the XL, it will last anywhere from 3.6 to 6.5 hours of gameplay if you're playing in full 3D. On this one, on the first 3DS, it's 3 to 5 hours. As far as DS games go, on this one, it's 6 to 10 hours if you just play DS, or if you're playing 2D. In 2D, it's 6 to 10 hours. If you're playing this one right here, it's 5 to 8 hours. So a little bit bigger battery, which is nice. That's the biggest complaint about the 3DS, the first model, was that the battery life didn't last very long as well. Memory, they both have 125 megabytes of FC RAM. But still, the DS XL has a longer battery life than both of these. It can last 13 to 17 hours of gameplay, depending on that, or even 4 to 5 hours, depending on the brightness of the screen, of course, for the original XL. But it's not playing in 3D. These both have two cameras. You got camera here, both camera here. That's kind of face you. That's a 2D camera. Quality on those cameras is not very good. On the back, there's a 3D camera on both these with two lenses, and so that's nice. Let's power on the XL. Show you the boot screen here. Oh, and see how right here on the bottom left, that's where the headphones plug into. On here, it's right below it. So they've changed that around a little bit. This is obviously a lot lighter than I've got Super Mario 2, which is good. New Super Mario 2. The 3D in this thing isn't great on this particular game. I prefer if it was between New Super Mario Bros. 2 or Super Mario Land 2 3D, or 3D Super Mario Land, whatever. I would recommend that version over this game because the 3D on that is a lot better, and I just prefer that game. But this isn't a bad game by all means. Here's a menu layout is the same. You got your music, the Me, you go to shop, you play AR cards. It's augmented reality, it's what AR stands for. Let me show you the camera. Some packages there. Takes a second to load the camera. This is the 3D camera. And it's big. It takes the whole screen, which is nice. You can adjust the 2D and 3D right here with a lever right there. You can go to video as well, do 3D video. Just saves to your SD card. You just hit record. It's recording right now, which is cool. Okay. You guys can load music on here as well, camera music, stuff like that. It's got Street Pass, so you can when you turn that on, you play games. Will save different aspects of your game. It can share it with others, and will automatically when you pass them, it's going to share your information. So that's kind of cool. I'll show you some of the augmented reality here. This is Face Raiders. You jump to this. This is also in the original 3DS. So if you guys have the original 3DS, I'm sure you guys have played this before. where you're supposed to take a picture of your face. So you move around like this. Depending on where you move around, you're supposed to hit these faces. You get points and stuff. It's actually a pretty fun game. It's one of those free games that's included. There is an eShop. You can go online. You can purchase a whole bunch of games. There's various games you can download, which is neat. Now I'm going to compare this to the size of a PS Vita. Now I'm going to compare this to the size of a PlayStation Vita as well. Now I'm going to compare this to the size of a PlayStation Vita. Here's a comparison to the PS Vita to the 3DS XL. Lengthwise, actually the Vita is a little bit longer, but as far as depth goes, they're about pretty similar and comparable, and weight goes, they're about pretty similar in weight as well. Size of the screen, this is where it gets interesting. They're about the same size as far as screen goes as well. So is one better than the other? My personal opinion is it kind of depends on what kind of games you're looking for. My personal opinion, the 3DS is coming out with some great games. If you like Nintendo games, there's some really good ones to play. The Sony, on the other hand, they're very slow to release games currently, but there's some gems for it. This is basically like a PS3, portable PS3. This is more targeted towards the hardcore video gamer, whereas this is more for, I shouldn't say really casual gamer, but there are a lot of more family-friendly titles for the 3DS. If I were you and you're looking to play more, it depends on obviously what kind of games you like, but I think the 3DS, it's less expensive, it's probably a better investment at this point of the life of each system. I think the PS Vita has some great potential to go do well, as long as Sony gets some great third-party support, which right now they're lacking, unfortunately. So in conclusion, is it worth picking up the 3DS XL? In my personal opinion, it is. It's definitely worth the extra $30 for the 3DS XL. If you already have a 3DS, is it worth spending the extra $200 just to replace it? It's really a personal decision that you guys should make on your own. You could always trade in your original 3DS and get some credit, or maybe try to sell it and get some money, recoup some cash that way. But the 3DS XL is definitely superior than the 3DS in the sense that not only is the screen nicer, it plays DS games a lot nicer as well, which is nice because when it plays DS games, it kind of shrinks down the screen a little bit on both systems, and because the screen is smaller on the 3DS, it doesn't look as sharp as a normal DS system, if that makes sense. So I do like the fact that it's a little longer battery life. I think the biggest downfall about this handheld, though, is it doesn't have actually an analog stick. The CirclePad Pro XL hasn't been released yet. I'm not sure how much it's going to cost, but I think Nintendo, there's definitely room for an extra analog stick on the bottom right here. I think Nintendo could have definitely added one. Maybe it was just in the development of the stage where they were too far along to change it. I don't know, but it definitely seems like another money ploy for Nintendo to sell those and get more money, recoup some more funds that way. Because once you add the CirclePad Pro Pad 3, XL, it's kind of hard to say, it's going to make it a lot bigger as far as that goes, and a lot heavier. But definitely a great handheld to check out. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. We'll see you soon, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.